Morning students, in previous video lesson we have studied about the female reproductive unit of flower, that is pistil, and its three important parts, that is stigma, style and ovary. So now we will study about the structure of megasporangium or ovule, which is found inside the ovary. The given diagram is showing the structure of mature megasporangium or ovule. The structure of a typical anatropous ovule is as follows. It is attached to the placenta by the means of stalk, which is known as funicle. The junction between an ovule and the funicle is known as hilum. Sometimes the funicle extends beyond the hilum to form a ridge called raphe. The ovule is surrounded by one or two protective multicellular integuments. These integuments encircle the ovule entirely except at the tip, resulting in the formation of small opening known as micropyle. The basal part of an ovule opposite to the micropyle is called as chalaza. The cells with high or abundant reserve food material enclosed within the integument and known as nucellus. The female gametophyte located within the nucellus is known as embryo sac. So these are the few important parts of a mature anatropous ovule or megasporangium, and the diagram of megasporangium have to be made by you in your notebook. The process is formation of haploid megaspore from the diploid megaspore mother cell MMC. This process is known as megasporogenesis. In the micropylar region, the nucellus contains cells with dense cytoplasm and prominent nuclei, which is differentiated into a single megaspore mother cell. Megaspore mother cell is diploid and undergoes meiosis. Megaspore mother cell first divides transversely into two cells called dyad. These two cells again divide transversely. As a result, a linear row of 4 haploid cells is produced, which is known as megaspore tetrad or linear tetrad. Out of these 4 megaspore, only one remain functional while the other 3 degenerate. The one functional megaspore develop into the female gametophyte or embryo sac. This type of development is known as monosporic development. The formation of female gametophyte or embryo sac is called megagametogenesis. Megaspore is the first cell of the female gametophyte. The megaspore increases in size and its nucleus divides mitotically into 2 nuclei which move apart to the opposite poles. Thus, a 2-nucleate embryo sac is formed. The 2 daughter nuclei undergo another mitotic division, giving rise to the 4-nucleate stage. The third mitotic division gives rise to 8-nucleate and 7-cell embryo sac. The central cell contains 2 nuclei known as polar nuclei. The 3 nuclei at the micropylar region forms the egg apparatus. In the egg apparatus, the middle cell is the largest and is called oosphere egg or ovum, while other 2 naked cells adjoining the egg cell are called synergids. The 3 nuclei at the chalazal end are surrounded by cytoplasm and cellular wall. These are called antipodal cell. This type of female gametophyte formation is known as normal 8-nucleate type because 8 nuclei contribute in the formation of gametophyte. It is very common among angiosperms. Pollination. The transfer of pollen grain from anther and their deposition over stigma of the pistil is termed as pollination. Depending upon sources of pollen grain, pollination is of two types, self-pollination and cross-pollination. If the pollination occurs between the same flower or different flower of same plant, then it will be known as self-pollination. In cross-pollination, two flowers of different plant of same species take part in the process of pollination. Self-pollination is again divided into two types, autogamy and geitonogamy. Autogamy is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the same flower. For example, in pea, rice, wheat, etc. Geitonogamy is the transfer of pollen grain from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of same plant, like in cucurbits. The another method of cross-pollination is xenogamy. Xenogamy is the transfer of pollen grain from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of different plants. Example, papaya and maize. Autogamy is further divided into chasmogamy and cleistogamy. Chasmogamy is the type of flower in which the flower is open with exposed stamen and stigma, which facilitate the process of cross-pollination. Cleistogamous flowers are those flowers which are bisexual in nature and closed. They never open and the anther dehisces inside the closed flower like Commelina. Agents which are responsible for the process of pollination are divided into abiotic agents and biotic agents. Abiotic agents comprises of usually wind and water, and the biotic agents comprises of different animals which consist of reptiles, mammals, insects and birds. Now we will study about the adaptation of flower, which is essential for the process of water pollination. The form of pollination in which pollens are distributed by water is known as hydrophily. It is very common in algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes and some angiosperms. Vallisneria and hydrilla are submerged water hydrophytes in which hydrophily is observed. In sea grasses, female flowers are submerged in water to receive pollen grain for pollination inside water. Pollens are long, needle-like and are carried passively by water. Zostera is a marine angiosperm in which hydrophily is observed. In Vallisneria, the female flower stalk is coiled to reach the water surface to receive the pollen grains carried by water currents. Pollen grains are protected from wetting by the presence of a mucilaginous covering. Next is the adaptation in flower required for wind pollination. The form of pollination in which wind distributes the pollen is called as anemophily. Pollen grains are light in weight, non-sticky, dry and winged. Stamens are well exposed for easy dispersal of pollen grain in the wind. The stigma is sticky, large and feathery to trap the pollen grains floating in the air. Numerous flowers are packed together to form inflorescence. Now the adaptation required for insect pollination. The form of pollination in which insects distribute pollen is called entomophily. Flowers are large, sticky and brightly colored. They have honey and nectar glands which are highly fragrant to attract insect. The pollen grain surface is sticky due to exine layer and stigma is sticky due to mucilaginous secretion. The flower offer floral rewards like nectar and pollen grains for pollination to insect. In some species, floral rewards provide safe place to lay egg. The flower sometimes secrete foul odor to attract insects like flies and beetles. Next is pollen-pistil interaction. All the events from pollen deposition on the stigma until the entry of the pollen tube into the ovule are together called as pollen-pistil interaction. It is a dynamic process involving pollen recognition by stigma for compatible pollen. Incompatible pollen or sterile pollens are rejected by the pistil and do not allow growth of pollen tube. Compatible pollens are encouraged by pistil for growth and development of pollen tubes. The pollen tubes grow through stigma and style to reach the ovary. It then enters the ovule through micropylar region and reaches the synergid part of the ovule guided by filiform apparatus.